cheap bronze scrap. If it was gold, I would have melted it.
What's up, guys? Spenny. President Trump is remaking the White House in his own deeply patriotic image. He's already added 2 massive 100-foot flagpoles. He's going to tear down the East Wing and rebuild it as a massive ballroom. He's redone the Rose Garden, and he's straight up walking the roof of the White House with his architect. This happened just a few short weeks ago. President Trump wandering around unannounced on the roof of the White House, leading to some hysterical moments like President Trump just standing there above the press pool, which I find particularly ironic, that he is standing above the press pool yelling down at the press. It was an amazing moment. President Trump, they said, "What are you doing?" And Trump was like that. Then he said he was going to build a nuclear weapons silo on top of the White House, which, sign me up. Where can I sign the petition for this? Listen to this.
Mr. President, what do you want to build? What are you trying to build? Sir, you approve? You saying more missiles? Are you building missiles? What?
I'm putting nuclear missiles. I'm putting nuclear missiles in the White House so I can shoot them, says Donald Trump. I'm putting nukes inside of the White House. This is amazing.
On the roof of the White House, he's taking questions, or he was just a few moments ago. Let's listen in, please.
Looking good, Peter.
Are you going to build up
I
there?
did.
What does that mean?
What do you? More ways to spend my money.
Can you give us another thing?
We'll show you. It's just another way to spend my money for the country.
Another way to spend my money for the country, President Trump says. Now, he's been doing a series of renovations to the White House. This has been something that has been ongoing for quite a while, starting, of course, with the Oval Office, which has gone gold, let's just say. And, well, now President Trump is taking over the West Wing, taking over the East Wing, taking over all parts of the White House, surveying the Rose Garden and the South Lawn. Reporters screamed and shouted questions at him. He's looking to say, more ways to spend my money for the country. I don't take a salary. Nobody ever talks about that. Here's President Trump right there, taking questions on the roof. I think this would be funnier if President Trump did this more often. I would love for this to be the normal way for President Trump to take questions, just wandering around as reporters shout down. Shout at him from the ground. Michael Scott on the roof of Dunder Mifflin. Everyone said that, made the same joke. Anyway, the point is that Trump said he's adding nuclear missiles to the top of the White House. He has added so much. Why the hell not? Trump turns up the volume. DJ tests out new White House outdoor speaker system with Trump's favorite songs. Trump's added a patio at the White House. Right here, it does look shockingly a lot like Mar-a-Lago. I've been to Mar-a-Lago quite a few times. Same colors and same chairs and tables. Some beautiful features, though, like President of the United States seal and red, white, and blue flag grates there for drainage. President Trump banging inside of the White House Rose Garden. The Greenwoods, proud to be an American. There are a lot of different songs that have now been heard being pumped throughout the Rose Garden. Testing out the speakers, there's one of President Trump's massive flagpoles. The Rose Garden was, of course, a mess. It got very, very soggy. We had to be seated in the Rose Garden many times for many different events, and it was always a muddy, soggy nightmare. We're testing the speakers for what will be the greatest event in the history of the White House, says President Trump. The speaker that they're probably talking about is the UFC fight, maybe, at the White House. Like, why would you need speakers at the White House? I don't know. Random Lee Greenwood blaring at the White House. Not really a surprise. Marble-looking materials outside of the White House. You can see here, here's a reporter here checking in on the massive blocks of marble that are now, I mean, this is huge. That's a huge marble block right there. What exactly are they building next? Trump is currently testing the speakers in the new Rose Garden. Lee Greenwood's God Bless the USA is playing, along with other hits. There's now a new report every single day that there's like there are new songs being played and pumped through the White House grounds. President Trump saying that he might build a new press briefing room. Big beautiful ballroom. Could we build a big beautiful briefing room? Add more seats? Trump, I don't want you to be comfortable. I don't want to do that. Okay. Anyway, the whole point about all of this pretext is to say that there's a severe amount of construction being done at the White House and changes being made at the White House. President Trump is, of course, a builder by nature. But people are very confused about massive, I don't know, things being thrown out of White House windows. That can be captured on camera. Mystery is viral video shows object being thrown out of a White House upper level window. Melania is mad. Let's read. A mysterious video showing an object being thrown out of an upper level window in the White House has gone viral, with social media suggesting it could have been Melania Trump. The footage shows an unknown individual throwing an object out of the top window aside of the White House down to the ground below. The clip is circulating online, didn't have any context, the date and time the footage was taken. The White House confirmed to the Daily Mail that the video was taken indeed recent. So let's play the video and show you what it is. This has happened multiple times.
Got another one? Oh, somebody there, right now.
Chucked
Oh, there
out
goes.
the
You got it?
residence.
You zoomed
this
in?
is where the president lives, right? Second floor of the White House here.
I guess that's one way to clean out. This is crazy. I didn't know we was gonna get a whole TV show.
And you can see some.
Can you make out what they're throwing away?
Object being chucked out of a window.
This could definitely make Washingtonian proud. This could
That's
definitely make
an
it.
object because I don't actually know what it is being thrown out of the window. So you can see here a figure in the window. Now, I will say that this is, of course, not normal. Doesn't seem to be protocol around this. It seems somewhat dangerous to just like chuck items out of the window. And obviously these windows, were they to be opened, would have to be opened by the Secret Service, right? These are some of the most secure windows and most monitored windows on Earth. The White House is in a very public place, in a very public city, and is under constant threat. So you can't just open up the windows. Every single window in the White House is like incredibly bulletproof, fireproof, and everything like that. So what's going on here? Exactly. A little strange, isn't it? Libs are losing their minds, saying this is, proof that they're looting the White House.
Some shady shit going down at the White House. Tell me why they're throwing shit out of the window. Be throwing shit out the window. And so then I looked up, what room is this? And this is the sitting room of Lincoln's bedroom. So there's Lincoln's bedroom on the other side of it. And then this is Lincoln's sitting room. So I blew that first picture up, and it kind of looks to me like it's a statue. What do you think? Why would we be throwing statues out of the White House? I mean, it could be other things, right? Medical stuff? I don't know. I'm just speculating. I have no clue.
Libs, once again, living in their fever dream that something is horribly wrong and sick with President Trump. Okay, so here's a more close-up view of this object. I mean, I guess it could be like a statue or a bust. Again, this is the private, the Lincoln bedroom is one of the most private places in the entire White House. This is inside of the personal quarters of President and Melania. So the president was out of the White House and he was golfing when this was happening this weekend. Unverified rumors circulating around President Trump's health fueled the flames of the video. According to Newsweek, the video was originally circulated on Instagram The account claims the footage of the White House was submitted to them anonymously. Users on social media say that Melania Trump was behind the unusual event. The White House is saying that the object was thrown out of the window by a contractor who was doing maintenance while the president was gone. This is interesting. Given that women usually throw things out of windows, would it be safe to say that this is a very mad female? Females do this when they really want answers. Was Melania in Washington, D.C. today? Another social media user wrote, Melania is mad that he's not dead too. These people are such goblins. We covered that the number one trending topic over the weekend was that President Trump had passed away because these people are just sick. Several clips popped up on social media showing a dark, unidentified bag being thrown from a second-story window at the White House. Black bags being tossed out of second-story window at the White House. Heavy black bags being tossed out of a window. Suspicious, not even a little bit at all. Figured out what they were throwing out of the White House window. The Barack Obama bust. You can see it, right? Okay. What do they throw out of the window at the White House? Imagine if Little Media was 1/10 as curious about the bag of cocaine in the White House that was left by the Bidens as they are about whatever got thrown out of this window, which again seems to simply be, and this video is being taken right here from like across the street at the White House. You can see the White House pretty easily from this restaurant. You can see right here, there that would be the image of the White House right there. Based on the windows, the bags were dropped from the main White House building, second floor, right over the location of the corridor of the new ballroom. So what happens next? Well, I just think that obviously this is just contractor doing contractor work. Is it better to maybe carry out, like if you're ripping up carpet or something, is it better to maybe carry that out through the house? I don't know. You know, it's a super historic place. But there is, and the whole reason I detailed every single job they're doing at the White House, that the White House is a massive construction site right now. So maybe this is just how they're rolling. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know. Whatever the case may be, I demand more rooftop press conferences from President Trump. That is my demand on this channel. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.